This is the Jyoti Show.
And Ariel.
We say what we don't know. Reverently irreverent, shalom. I feel very out of character because I'm not wearing any wigs right now. You know what I'm saying, Ariel?
I know what you mean, but I wanted to showcase my hair.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
A little DIY haircut.
Where'd you get it done?
In my kitchen with myself and my housemate, Carolyn. We DIY'd our own hair.
Wait, now I want to understand. Did Carolyn do her own hair at 6 feet away and you did your own hair and you watched each other? Or did you actually have some kind of shaving device and did it for each other?
No, there was a shaving device involved. So one thing that's really cool that I want to say is people in New Orleans who are trans and non-binary, there's a whole amazing clipper project where if you're having dysphoria from not being able to cut your hair the way you need to express your gender identity, they're actually giving out free clippers, which I think is awesome in New Orleans. It's called the Trans Clipper Project. Isn't that rad?
Trans Clipper Project. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Trans Clipper Project. We're not putting a link. Just listen to the word.
Check that out. Trans Clipper Project.
I love what's being created in COVID. And one of the things I love that's being created in COVID is something that I'm doing. You wouldn't believe it.
Tell me about it. You talking about yourself. I've never, ever seen that before.
I feel weird without a wig. I feel a little shy.
Jyoti, can you promote yourself, please? I need a promotional.
All right, fine.
Give me an ad.
Well, here was the thing. I was like, all right, you know what? A lot of people, they're worried and they need to turn their worry into prayer, right? And then they need to turn that prayer into action. So I was like, oh, let me talk to my friend Michelle Javier and see if she'll do a yoga class while I teach about NLP and spiritual mentorship and help people articulate a prayer and get some actions going and like
just
do all
like
this stuff. Exactly. And then create a ritual at the end. And it was like, oh, that's a great idea. So we're doing that. It's called Prayer in Motion. It's starting on May 19th. We're going to be meeting twice a week, 4:30 to 6 p.m., Tuesday and Thursday. Even if you can't make the time, we're planning on doing some recorded sessions. So anyways, I just want to put that out there. I'll tell you more later. I'll put it all out in the world. I'll get it on my website. In the meantime, I just wanted to share. That's what I wanted to share. And now, Ariel, do you have anything to share while I go get my friend Amber?
Yeah, go get your friend Amber. I have some things to share.
Talk amongst yourself.
This whole show is featuring activists today, and I'm a longtime activist myself. I'm the founder of Gender Illumination, and we have an amazing mentorship program for trans and non-binary people. We've moved the whole program to be online. We also do an amazing workshop called Queer in the Times of Quarantine, where we feature and talk about what we are doing to help ourselves stay healthy and well, and how you can participate in the amazing activism that we're doing. And I see that Amber is here.
Oh, you know, I didn't think you noticed me because, like, you know, my hair just doesn't look as fresh as yours. But like,
I know, Amber, you look like you need a new do. It's all about, this is the other thing I want to say about COVID is it's been inspirational to see how much I can do myself and how much I could teach myself during this time. And
I can do myself too, by the way. I could totally do myself, you know?
Yeah, that's a thing you could definitely do. I mean, that's what we're kind of all doing.
We're all kind of just doing ourselves, you know, like I wanted to just do myself. And now I'm just doing myself. And like, so here's the thing is like, I was like talking to my boyfriend and like, he was like, we were like getting angry about the world. Like I was like, my guru and Trump are very different. And I was like, but I feel powerless because like Om Shanti, I've just been meditating my whole life and doing yoga. And I'm like, you know, I feel really good in my body. And like, I get to like praise the sun every morning when I do my Shavasana and my Om mantra is like this. And like, when I'm doing all that, I'm like, but the world, it's like a little strange right now, a little meshuga, as my friends say. I'm like,
the world is pretty meshuga right now, Amber.
Right? It's like meshuganas are running the world, and then the world is meshuga. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, what can I do about it? Because I'm like, I don't want to be like an activist because activists, they like stand out there on the front line and get like sprayed with spray paint and like chemicals. And I don't like chemicals.
Stop right there. I just want to say something as a longtime activist. There are moments like that where you are putting yourself, you know, direct action activism. That is definitely something I've participated in and organized, but that is not the only form of activism. Education is a form of activism, advocating, legal, donating money, just helping your neighbor is also a form of activism, and voting is a form of activism. So activism really is a broad spectrum. It's not just the people who are protesting in the streets. That's not the only form of activism. And in fact, oftentimes that is a last resort. People don't want to be throwing their bodies on the front line or coming up against police officers or coming up against soldiers. Like that is when people are being pushed to the maximum and there's no other choices. But there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes before that even occurs, right? Like there's a lot of meetings, there's a lot of organizing, there's a lot of talking and talking to your representatives and talking to people in Congress and really on the local level, talking to your local government officials, trying to make change that way before you're in the streets. And so it's all needed. And also just there's a lot of ways that you can show up and be a good neighbor at this time.
What, won't you be my neighbor?
Yeah, I'll be your neighbor from a distance, from 6 feet.
From a distance. Well, I'm curious, like,
ooh, since you sang that song, I just want to share that Pat and Sandy of Emma's Revolution, if you look up, they have an amazing version of that song right now, an activist version of that song.
Okay, well, I need a link because like I can't remember anything because that's what I've been taught by being on the internet for as often as I am. And the other thing is like, you know, like I try sometimes to like do things and then I'm like, is it really doing anything? Like I'm like, oh, voting, does that make a difference? Because like, isn't the voting boxes like somehow mixed up with Russia? And I'm like, oh, I don't even think that anything I really do matters, like except for my shavasanas, you know?
Well, I think your personal care matters, but also what you're doing for community matters. So yes, you should be continuing to take care of yourself, but you should also be thinking bigger picture. And yes, voting does actually matter.
Okay, well, is there anything else you want to tell us? Because there's somebody that I heard is gonna share some things about all this, but before we talk to her, I'm just curious, since you're also like an activism woman person, could you maybe just, is there anything else that you want us to know before, or maybe you could just tell it to us as we talk to our special friend?
Yeah, I think what I can do is introduce our special friend. And one thing I want to say is I really believe in the power of education as a big part of activism. And if people want to learn more about that, they could go to shinediversity.com so that you never have to feel alone. My whole idea is to pull out of this place of isolation and realize that by working together, we can create social change. So it is my great privilege and honor to bring to this show Nadine Bloch, who is the training director of Beautiful Trouble, a powerhouse activist organization. And I just want you to know that I have known Nadine personally for over 15 years. We've done a lot of great work together in Washington, D.C. Nadine is also an amazing artist and puppeteer and fabulous friend and great community organizer and builder.
I muted you, Nadine, because it sounded like there was some noise coming from over there. So just unmute yourself, like whenever the noise is gone. Now you're gone.
Welcome to the show, Nadine. How are you doing in DC?
Oh, you know, it was a beautiful day today, so that always helps. Glad to be here. Lovely to see your smiling faces.
Yeah, so one of the things that I've been really inspired about, Nadine, is I've been actually seeing some of the images of the actions that you've been up to during this really challenging time.
Yeah, we've been, I don't know where all these people are getting all this free time from. I'm just floored about it. Doing all these things like baking bread and cutting their hair. Where do they get this time? I don't know.
You should do some activism about that and like tell them not to have free time.
I'm totally awesome. Okay with people having free time, but my free time I've been spending doing things confronting the powers that be, because in this moment where we've got this, the veil is pulled off of our dysfunctional system and people are open in this apocalyptic moment to thinking about how do we take care of each other? Why do I have to deliver food to my neighbors? How come everybody can't go to get health care when they feel sick? And how come
Yeah,
that?
why doesn't everybody have healthcare, Nadine?
Because there's a few greedy people at the top who don't understand that if somebody's sick in this country, then we're all really sick in this country. And in this moment, we maybe have this capacity to move because people are realizing that. Man, you all didn't tell me to bring my wigs.
I know, Nadine, you have so
you always go get your wigs.
that Nadine has wigs and costumes and tons of puppet stuff. I want to give a plug right now for Nadine. All of Nadine's activism comes from a place of deep creativity. One of the really cool actions that Nadine just did that I want you to talk about is this body bag action that just took place that was super artistic and super creative. But I've known Nadine for a long time, and I've seen you through so many different direct actions, and they all involve a high level of art and creativity. And
what's that? What's that?
Well, I thought you might be talking about Beautiful Trouble, which is, this particular thing is actually a card deck of creative activism that you can use to plan really fabulous campaigns and events. I mean, it comes from an old, long-standing project called Beautiful Trouble that started off as a book, and you can buy these books at affordable rates if you want, or you can go online and see all of this creative activist stuff for free.
I want to buy it at a non-affordable rate so that somebody who can't buy it should get it affordably, because I really care about my neighbors. My name is Sally. I'm from Boca Raton, Mouth of the Rat. And I also want to say there's very few rules on this show, Nadine. So if you need a minute to get a wig, don't feel ashamed about that. There's no shame in the Joe T Show.
Yes, darling, Renee is here. Renee is back. Also from Boca. I'm lifting up my rainbow fist. All of my grandkids are queer. We're here with the liberation. I have the same hair color. The same hair color as Joe T.
We both got it done.
Got it done
our
together.
special hairstylist. We have to get it redone constantly. So they
Beautiful. So good.
You might not have a health care for all, but you have blue hair color for all.
Yeah, I even have a wig that's blue somewhere. I'll come for it.
You'll have to come on again with your blue wig. This is not the end of you being here.
This is just the beginning of your work.
Just the beginning. And by the way, you should share this on your page. I don't know if you have, because I only see one share. So, because everybody should see you doing what you're doing. And what is this Beautiful Trouble cards that you were talking about? I think what we're doing is beautiful, and it's trouble. That's kind of my middle name. So
I like getting into trouble.
And I like
my retirement sense. I get into a lot of trouble. You should see.
You should see what happens at the pool. Thank God we're in COVID. You don't have to see. Thank God.
Yeah.
But tell us about that deck.
Yeah,
also, I forgot to tell you about before the show. We talk and talk. If you want to get a word in edgewise, it's like being at a press meeting with Trump. You got to speak up, Nadine.
Yeah, it's not a problem I normally have, the lack of speaking up. So sometimes it's just really nice to hear people ramble on and on and on. This can be a good activist skill, in fact, when you need to talk to the police to slow them down, or you need to go into a meeting and disrupt the meeting. The ability to talk and talk and talk no matter what else is happening around you, this is prime activist skill. Let me tell you, you should cultivate that.
I think I'm an activist in training. I think so.
I think you're out of training. I think you're good. You're ready to go. But yeah, no, we were talking Beautiful Trouble is a place.
They love me, and I'm tapping that in.
That's good, because Beautiful Trouble is a place to go to think about how you can be more effective as making change. I mean, we're talking about how people can together actually wield power, because we're not going to be able to change all this stuff unless we actually work together. Unless together we say, yeah, man, we need universal health care. Yeah, we should have sick days. Yeah, we should have childcare. All those things are possible, including a beautiful background.
Right? Yeah, I got the book. I got the Beautiful Trouble book.
Yeah, and also, just so you know, you said it's a place. And I feel very scared when you said that, because I'm sheltering in place. And I just want to make sure that if I want to participate in Beautiful Trouble, I don't have to leave my home.
You don't have to leave your home, but let me tell you, if you want to leave your home, there's lots of ways to do it safely. So like Ariel was talking about, this past couple of weeks have been really busy because we've been trying to speak truth to power. We've been trying to get these electeds, both the Democrats and the Republicans, to do something that actually serves the people and doesn't just give trillions of dollars to the already very wealthy who are ripping us all off
Wait, I didn't know that was possible for the government to do something that serves the people. I'm confused. Are we talking about America?
We're talking about lots of fun things. Yeah. And we can, in fact, make them serve the people if we do something together that's really effective. So
that's the question, Nadine, really, is I it was like one night, the other night, and I'm sitting there and I found myself screaming. I was so angry at the fact that this desperate Cheeto takes up so much time on the radio and TV, right? This guy who looks like a Cheeto ball, and all he cares about is
re-election. Terrible. He has terrible hair. I can't believe we elected
terrible. I say Yamach Shemo. That's what I say when I say his name. It's the same thing we say for Hitler. I'm just going to say it. That's actually what I say when I say his name. So all I want to say is, like, I feel a little powerless. And what you're speaking about very much speaks to my desire, which is like, how do we actually all come together without it becoming a full-time job and me leaving random messages for my senator? How do I actually get to come together so that the voices that matter of, like, oh, let's take care of the earth, let's take care of the people.
Well, I mean, there's some really easy answers. There really are. If you want to hear them?
I like it.
No, actually, I'm not really interested. It's a kind of a fine line. I'm not really interested in the easy answers. I'm just going to be straight up. Like, for many years, like, one of the things that people have done, organizers and activists have said, oh, it's really easy. Just tweet something, just sign a petition. Honestly, yeah, you can start there, but those things are not going to make change. What you have to do, what each of us has to do, is figure out where we can throw down. How can we up our involvement in making change? How badly do we want healthcare? How badly do we want to leave our houses so we can get another hairdo or another nail job? Like, if you really want that shit, if you really want that stuff, trying to keep this clean show, then we should we got to figure out how to wield our power as people who want a better future. So one of the things that we do is we take leadership from those people who are on the front line and are already doing the work, right? People all over the country before Trump, before COVID, we're working on making sure that people get housing, making sure that people have clean water, making sure that people have access to jobs and education. And so we take leadership from people who are fighting these things. And we also think, in my part of the world, creatively, so that we can be much more effective. We use cultural things that speak to people, like giant inflatable chickens that look like Trump.
Yeah. What are you talking about? What is
this is part of Nadine's action. I'm just highlighting it for you.
I thought it was a Thanksgiving Day parade. I thought it was Macy's.
This is Nadine's beautiful trouble action that was so profound and amazing. Very inspirational.
Well, part of it, so part of it was that one of the things is that Trump has refused to take responsibility for anything, really, whether it's grabbing somebody or denying health care. And so one of the things that we did is we staged a funeral procession with cars going around the White House and in front of the Trump Hotel. So in fact, the interesting thing about this administration, right, is like, he doesn't really want to be president, and he doesn't spend very much time doing the work of a president. He's not presidential. He doesn't bring people together. He doesn't speak well of people. He doesn't have compassion. And he denies the problems that he's caused. And so we took body bags, we made fake body bags, and we laid them out in front of Trump's hotel, because that's what he cares about, the money and the finances and pulling one over on people in a business way. And that really is another, like, very important principle about being an activist. To people so that they can then identify and care about it. And that's really one of the big things that we do, whether it's making body bags show up in front of the Trump Hotel, whether it is showing people that you can light your drinking water on fire because there's fracking material in it, whether it's to show people that people have been treated unfairly and we need to expose that. There's a whole spectrum of things. And, that's some of the fun stuff about activism. The tactics are really fun. I mean, just this last week also, we did a series of actions from Earth Day to May Day, talking about the climate crisis, the connection to everyone being sick with COVID, our lack of healthcare because we spend too much money on all kinds of things that don't matter, and the impact that all of these things have on the most vulnerable communities, those people who are poor, those people who are folks of color, those people who are queer and transgender, who are not actually taken into account when decisions are made and when we think about how do we provide healthcare and education and accessibility to those people who need it most. And so, this is really the work that we need to do as activists, making it all really obvious and help make it in sometimes fun, or at least really powerful to people who are involved. So last week, one of the things we did is we painted a mural outside Jeff Bezos's house. Yeah. Not only, I think he's the richest person in the whole world, and he made even more money, like $20 billion or something more since the COVID disaster happened, because he's the head of Amazon.
Get that picture up. Get that picture up, Ariel.
Well, right now, I just want you to know the picture that's up first is the body bags that Nadine was talking about.
Oh my God, that's kind of scary looking. Which Trump hotel was that? Where was it?
That was in Washington, D.C., although they've been laying body bags at Trump's hotel in New York as well.
Wow.
So it's not a new tactic, but sometimes you got to bring it out.
I mean, it's great to use the tactics that work. So, I mean, I'm just curious though, how has that been effective? Like, what have there been any reactions to it?
Yeah, I think there's been quite a number of reactions. Trump is really like Teflon in this way. Things don't stick to him. I think more and more things are sticking to him. People are recognizing that he is responsible for the poor response and therefore the death people, more people than the Vietnam War already, and we're not and it's sticking to him now. And this coverage, we call it mediagenic, right? And people love to see it. It goes wild in the media. I mean, some of the coverage was all over the world on this. So it's really important that we get information out in this fake media world, get the truth out and make sure people know that Trump is responsible, and all the Republicans and Democrats that don't stand up to him and that don't stand up for ordinary people, these folks are also guilty of people dying and not living their best lives.
I like what you're saying. And, there's so much that you're saying. I wish I was taking notes because there's really a lot of questions I have. And one of the things you spoke about was taking leadership from the leaders. Does that feel accurate?
Something you could think of it that way. It's leadership from the most impacted, or those people who are feeling it themselves, like who are really on the front line. Taking leadership from people who are homeless about where they want to be housed. Taking leadership from folks who are folks of color, from how they want to be treated and how they want racist policies addressed. Taking leadership from the doctors and the nurses who are on the front lines of this epidemic, and they want people to stay home. They don't want people to show up in their ER and in their hospital, taking up valuable resources because they did something foolish, like go out and party or go to the beaches and we're closer than 6 foot apart without a mask. Those are frontline communities that really need to be listened to because they're speaking truth and they actually are helping us care for each other.
Okay, so just to clarify, when you say taking leadership, you're actually talking about empowering those who are maybe on the periphery or oppressed in one way or another, or actually
I mean, it could be about empowering, or I think more about helping people recognize the power that they already have. Like we already do have power. If we have a vision or a dream, we can go for it. You can, and the thing that I say is you don't have to do it by yourself. If there's already a group out there working, look to their leadership. If you need a group because nobody in your small little community is doing what you think needs to be done, get a friend, even somebody who's just going to emotionally support you or listen to your plans and bounce ideas off of, and then actually build from there. And we encourage people to work together. Don't do it alone. If I work with little kids, and we talk a lot about why would you work in a small group, and there's all kinds of reasons around security and support and money and this and that. But the little kids will just tell you flat out, well, if you work in a little group, then you have somebody to sit with at lunch. Right? It's like that simple. In the old days, that is, when you could sit with people at lunch before COVID.
Now you have a Zoom buddy. Now you got a Zoom recess buddy.
I don't know. The kids don't love Zoom, I have to say. I also work with kids and they're like, some of them are like, a Zoom play date is not even worth it. I don't even want to go on Zoom.
So true. This is the image this is the amazing mural. This is the image in the background.
I love it. And I just want to say, Ray sent me that, our dear friend Ray Abalea, another beautiful troublemaker who will be on here in 2 weeks. She sent me that image and I was like, yes, I just had this sensation of like thank you, Nadine, for spearheading this, because, you know, like one of the actions that I've been taking as like a activist minor, I want to call it. Like, I feel like you're activist major. I'm like activist minor in the minor.
You're like a Jedi in training.
Yeah, I'm a Jedi and activist in traiing, whatever you want to call it. I mean, thanks for even acknowledging me in that way. I don't actually associate with that, so that's helpful. But I do want to say, like, one of the things that's been feeling real to me is like, where am I putting my money right now? Like, I'm so used to like Amazon Prime, click, boom, so easy. It's like, it's as addictive to me as going on Facebook. Like, I'm just like, how do I even stop doing that? And I've been realizing, like, it's actually not that hard. Find what you want on Amazon and then go to the company. And maybe it's going to take a little bit more time for it to arrive at your doorstep, but it's COVID, so get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a level of discomfort, because you also spoke about this piece of like, how do we actually, Michael Bia says you made a mistake because you didn't use blue paint. We all make mistakes in COVID, Michael. Anyways.
Why? Because our hair's blue? You wanted blue paint? Is that what you were thinking?
That must be it, Michael. What are you talking about, Michael Bia?
Is that what you're talking about? Is you're talking about blending the hair? Well, we wanted it to stand out so that you see the difference here.
Yeah. But I just want to say this idea of, I forgot my idea.
Voting with your dollars. Jyoti is talking about voting with your dollars, and that, you know, you got to actually stand in what's true for what you want this world to look like. You got to walk the talk, is what you're saying, basically.
Right. A lot of people need help with this. Like, even right now, like all of this stuff about using disposable items and wearing gloves and throwing out all this. Don't do that. Like, part of the reason we're in this problem is because we have this disposable culture. People are disposable. Gloves are disposable. Just stop that. Like, if you're going to wear gloves, wear cloth gloves, wear cloth masks, and wash them. Like, unless of course you're in an ER dealing with a COVID patient. And even then they're in this big process of figuring out how to make things reusable in the old school way, because resources are finite. And we have to live that. We should live that way and understand how valuable things are, how valuable individuals are, our communities, and our actual goods. I mean, it's just amazing to me that people are thinking about still disposing of things when we're in this problem because we think of everything as disposable.
I really appreciate how you're bringing in the reality that COVID is just highlighting all the problems and issues that have already existed. And then it's like, this is the ongoing work that most of us who have been stepping up, this has been ongoing life work that we've been doing. And I think it's, for a lot of people, COVID is kind of inspiring people to get some skin in the game and start really moving in a way that creates the world that we want to see. And I'm wondering if you can share, I know you have that amazing toolbox right there, like that literal actual box. And I'm wondering if we could just play a little game with those cards right now. It seems like such an exciting opportunity for us and for our audience to be part of.
I'm going to pause this for 1 second, because this is also going to be our closing on Nadine. Not that you should ever close, Nadine. You're clearly an amazing human and have so much generosity, so never close. But we do have a wonderful person coming on next. But one thing I want to say before you get the cards is David Ferrera said it's okay to turn those surgical gloves inside out and let them sit for a few days and reuse them.
Sure. As long as you're reusing them, I'm totally okay with whatever you're reusing. Yes.
Oh my God, I have a song for you at the end of this. It's reduce, reuse, recycle, rethink. There's no such place as a wake. Link. I'll sing it when you're done. I want you to have the full.
Let Nadine do this amazing moment.
All right, do the amazing thing, Nadine.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do two things. One is that visit beautifultrouble.org. There's a great resource out there that Ray and I put together with other Beautiful Trouble folks, saying, holy shit, 7 things to do instead of hoarding toilet paper. And there's a lot of information there about what you can do in this moment and how to find folks to work with, right? And that's one of the big things, and support each other and think about being strategic. Also, this moment is sort of a dress rehearsal, especially for some of us in the United States, where we have huge elections coming up, hopefully. And because if we all don't plug in, those elections are on the potential cutting block, I would say. So I'm really putting it out there. People should think about what kind of world you want to live in, what kind of democracy you want to participate in, and think about how you personally are going to step in to your power and your activism and embody the world that you want to live in the future, and join with others to figure out what risks you can take to make sure that that happens. For those of us and those of all of us who are least able to do that work. Now, for the big
okay, wait,
thing.
as you do this, I'm stopping my video. I'm still here, but I have to do something. So just
get off the show, Jyoti. Nadine and I are taking over. We're going to do this card game. All right. What's your strategy for how this game is going to work?
So we're just going to do one little really simple thing with some of the cards, some of the principles, theories, and tactics in the Beautiful Trouble toolbox, the Creative Strategic Activist card game. And you can get one if you want. They are shipping them still. So we're going to think, everybody out there in Etherland, think about what we want to get from the card deck is some guidance about what we should be doing now. What's our thinking about what kind of message could this toolbox give us to how we could be better plugged in, better activists, better organizers, better able, better equipped maybe to make changes over the next few months before the election. What do you think about that, Ariel?
I love it. Should you hold up the cards and then I'll say, like, you'll run your hand over and I'll just say stop and that'll be the card you pick?
Sure. You ready?
So it's like I'm picking it. Okay, stop. Stop. Perfect. It's like I was there picking that card.
Okay, this is pretty funny. We got a tactic. This is called the tactic of #campaign.
I think now I'm gonna hold it up a little bit stiller for the audience because it's like blurry.
And I'm gonna read it actually because I bet it's backwards, right?
No, you can see it. No, #campaign. Awesome. Oh, I see it now really well.
Yeah.
So while you're reading it, then I'm just gonna let you know that this is one of the tactics. And before I sign off, the thing about this is that it maybe is messaging us that we should really pay attention to doing things online at scale, right?
Ooh.
Because
like this.
Well, this is good start.
Jyoti and Ariel show. #featuring Beautiful Trouble.
Exactly.
#Bloch. #change the world.
And how do we encourage people to take action that will really disrupt or build towards that future that we want? And do it at a scale where we're going to actually be able to wield power. And, like that big picture about Amazon taking care of the workers behind you, that was a really creative, nice action, gave a visual to the campaign and the actions that the workers, the strikes and the walkouts that the workers were doing. Those strikes and those walkouts can really make a difference. And so think about how we can contribute and really support people who are frontline communities and doing really disruptive.
I think Nadine is frozen, but we want to give you a big shout out, Nadine. Thank you so much. You're frozen right now, I think.
Frozen inside. There should be Frozen.
Frozen. That's a whole movie. I've been watching it. It's a movie. Frozen, Frozen 1 and Frozen 2.
Have you?
I bet you if you're homeschooling your kid, somebody's probably watching Frozen. That's like a whole episode in itself. Do we feel like that was a movie that was positive or could have had
there we go. I think the real essence of it is let it go.
Let it go.
Back. Let it flow. Don't hold back anymore. So just to clarify in terms of like getting it to scale and having impact, are you talking about like affecting 5 people? Or are you talking about like 50,000 people? Like what are you talking about? Is it doesn't matter how many people?
5 people, that's great, but don't stop there. It does matter. And what we need is ever increasing numbers. So each of us should, take on at least 5 people who could be active and doing something. And those 5 people should take on 5 other people, and let's build from wherever we start. And it means, making sure that you're going to have vote by mail potential in the fall. Make sure that you're donating money when you can. Make sure that you're choosing recyclables. All those things matter. And then let's also disrupt the corporate capitalist infrastructure that says that people don't matter and profits are more important. We have to stop that. We have to make sure that we are telling our electeds that, and we're doing the work to put in place better futures.
Thank you so much, Nadine.
Yeah,
Nadine. Anyone that wants to keep up on the work, please check out Beautiful Trouble. And thank you so much for your ongoing, continued multiple years of activism. You are amazing.
Nadine, we're going to send you a free gift from
Jay. He's the sponsor of this. He'll send you a free calendar.
Yeah. And if it doesn't come to you, it's not our fault.
You gotta make a complaint. If you don't get it, make a complaint on his website, his Morning Authors website about why you didn't get your calendar for free, but he said he'd sponsor every guest,
everybody,
a calendar or a free book.
He said if we got him on Oprah, and we're almost getting him on Oprah. So
pretty much you should get one
everybody about morning altars. It's like a form of activism. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
Everyone goes and gets those amazing card deck. Everybody.
Pleasure to have you. Yes, check out all the links. We put all the links of all the beautiful things over there. And I'm going to admit this another amazing human who's coming on today.
Yes. And new background just for this new
view. I love the view. This is my make-believe friend over here. I just had somebody set up a camera in a random place.
Oh, good. I love make-believe friends. Tell this is their name and tell me what they're doing.
The make-believe friend, it became real.
Oh my God, look at that. It's like turning water to wine.
Oh my God. You know River?
Yes, I think we met one time.
I thought I recognized you.
I recognize you. Oh my gosh.
I just want to introduce River because I was getting this show ready and I was talking to River and I was like, River is an amazing double-digit human, almost as old as me, but not really because I'm also double-digit. But you're double-digit too, right? But she just turned double-digit. And even though she just turned double-digit, she is an old, wise soul. And I just have such reverence and respect for you, River Ferrera. And River was sharing this beautiful idea of what it's like to be a 10-year-old experiencing COVID, listening and paying attention to all the things that are going on. And there's something waking up in her. So I really wanted to give you the opportunity, River, to just talk about, like what is it that's been going on for you? What's frustrating you about the world right now? How do you want it to be different? And what are some ways that you're actually doing some actions to make it different?
Well, thank you, Jyoti. Hi. I've been feeling this for years now. Like I found out about 2 years ago about global warming and pollution.
Wait, speak up. We can't hear you.
All right.
I heard that we're just talking about global warming and pollution. I also love that they have a hashtag Earth Activists. They're already on point.
About 2 years ago, I found out about global warming and pollution. And I didn't know that it was like such a big deal, but like now I've been getting more educated about it and I've been researching it and I've been getting like more and more like confused. Like why would anyone like choose money over like a healthy earth? So like, I don't know. I've been getting really frustrated with these people on earth right now. And
wait, like me? You said people on Earth. I'm on Earth.
Well, like the people that
I don't know, Jyoti. Are you on Earth? It's questionable.
Sometimes I'm on Earth. Sometimes I'm not.
Well, people who like, I don't know, people who work for oil drills and plastic companies that put fossil fuels into the air to make the sunshine like trap into our atmosphere and heat up our earth, and it's terrible. Animals are dying, and like in Antarctica, I don't know if you've heard about this, but like glaciers are melting faster than they have like ever. It's been the hottest, the last 5 years have been the hottest on record. So I'm just like really confused. Like, why would we ever like even like stand, like not even like do anything about this? I mean, like I know that there are activists out there, and I really support those people. And I wanted to be one of those people, and I think I'm starting to, because I started making videos, and I'm gonna post it on YouTube. But I think that I know some people are like, well, it's too late to do anything, so I'll just go about my usual business. But it's not too late. We can make a change, especially kids like me, because I think our generation is here for a reason. I think we were born to help heal the earth. And we can, just like small things really help, like recycling and composting. And like encouraging people to do that, and also like really getting people to listen, like, wow, those things are stupid. Who puts oil into the ocean? Literally, it kills so many innocent animals. So yeah.
I just want to say I'm so inspired by you. I love that you just said that your generation is here to heal. I really appreciate that. And I was thinking that it's like your generation is here to heal the earth, but also probably here to really heal us, like as humans, as a species.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, it's funny. It's like every generation both enters like the hardships that the past generation has given you, as well as anything positive that we've given you. So it's really beautiful to see that you want to like stand in this light of change and be a change maker. Thank you so much, because you're really fixing some of the mistakes that my generation and the generation before me and the generation before that have made.
You're welcome, and thank you. But also one thing is just like, I really want to help change, because like you adults are like making this future for us, and if we don't change that, we're going to be like in a world where it's like really bad air quality and trash everywhere and animals dying daily, like all around the world really fast. And I want to help change so we can have a better future, because I know that I've been daydreaming all my life about my future, and I really like can't like imagine it being so polluted. So I really, really want to help that.
So let me ask you a question. First of all, I've actually been speechless. Me, this old lady with blue hair, has been speechless. That
never happened. So you're already doing something right. If you can make Jyoti stop talking, you're already.
Hey, this is Sally. It's not Jyoti. Jyoti would never talk.
Sally, I'm sorry.
But what I want to say, River, is you said you don't imagine it that way. How do you imagine your future to be?
Well, let's see. Well, not a giant island of trash bigger than, what is it, Mom? Texas, Florida? I don't know. But, exactly. And not seeing pictures on the internet of fish with soda can, whatever they're called, around their necks, killing them, and clean airs and clean oxygen, bright green, everything. Like trees and plants and animals thriving. So that's how I imagine my future, and I really want to help make that like real.
Well, I want to say, River, firstly, I love you and you're amazing, and I'm super inspired by the audacity, and like the audacity is kind of just like, it's like this deep courage and wisdom mixed together. And like sometimes I forget I need to translate these words to you because I think you're like older than me. And then but I love the vision, because I think, you know, as part of being the healers of this earth, like as the younger generation, you know, I think it's amazing to get to hold that vision, to be the vision keepers for what's to come, because when you speak those visions, then we're able to hear it and remember that we're here to take care of the earth, not only for ourselves, but for you and for the generations that even come afterwards.
I would vote Riva for president.
That's what I was thinking.
I would run your campaign. You would be amazing in office. I hope that happens one day.
Could you make
that would be pretty cool.
What if we had Quidditch as part of our PE when you're the president?
Oh my God. That would be amazing. Okay, just one fun fact about me. I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. Literally.
What? No way. I didn't know that. I totally didn't know that.
You have the necklace and the t-shirt.
Yeah, and I have so many more like merchandise.
People are voting for you for president.
Like, right now, they're already on Facebook voting.
Ari Golden, Lisa Schachter Brooks, they all want you to be president. They all love you.
Yay! I love you guys.
Oh my God.
I have a question. I want to know, in terms of Harry Potter, what is one way that you can relate Harry Potter, your love of Harry Potter, into your love of changing the world? How do you see those two things being connected?
Good question.
I think that Harry Potter is so magical. And I think that the earth, while all this pollution is happening, is kind of losing its magic. And I want to get that magic back. And so and heal the earth, and like more magic is awesome, and like and Harry Potter is just so full of magic, and so if the earth would be like that, and I think it was thousands of years ago, and just as the human population grew, it just kind of started deflating, and I really want to get that back. And
you need to blow up our balloons because we've deflated, we got wrinkles, and
yes, I need to blow up those balloons.
I have a feeling, River, that you bring a lot of magic to the world.
Oh my God, you don't even
hear about the magic that you experience, even though I hear what you're saying, that some of it's been deflated, but what is the magic that you do experience?
Well, my parents, Cassandra and David Ferrera, they have raised me to really know how to speak with the trees and the plants and the animals, and I can communicate with them, and I can know how they're feeling. And that's just so magical that like it's blowing me away just as I grow up. And I really, one of my favorite places on earth is the forest of sequoia trees, and they're like the biggest trees in the world, and I love to just like totally like communicate with them and hug them and like be like, hi, oh my God, you're amazing, I love you. So I like, one of the things that's just like so magical about, well, actually everything about nature is magical, and with all this like plastic and pollution and man-made stuff, it's just like taking away the magic of nature. That's like, we have all of our resources in nature. Just look around and you'll see how magical it is. Just like take a second and really just breathe and look around and just notice.
Let's do it. No matter where you are, maybe there's a plant next to you. Maybe you could just imagine a place in nature. Let's actually just take a breath and remember that magic.
Green leaves, blue sky, blossom flowers. So magical.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
like the circle of life.
I feel like before you get off, my wise dear friend, maybe you also have a beautiful voice, and I wonder if there's a song that you can think of that might have to do with all of the magic that you're talking about. No pressure. It's just an invitation.
So I know this is kind of like a little, well, it's actually not silly, but my school, Oak Grove, I know I can't be at it right now, but whenever we have when we get together and we have terrific Tuesdays and everything, we sing this song on the oak tree. And I can sing it to you if you like. It's kind of short, but you're supposed to sing it twice in a row.
Do it.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
So you're supposed to actually like stand up and do it. Here.
Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hogwarts.
So it goes, round the oak tree, walk with me. In every little acorn, there's a tree. Something great is inside of me.
Two times.
Okay, fine. Round the oak tree, walk with me. In every little acorn, there's a tree. Something great is inside of me.
Oh my goodness.
That was so beautiful.
You're
Wow.
gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
We're going to be ending the show in a second, but I just want to say if there's anything that we can do to support, you're talking while I'm talking. I don't understand.
Sorry. Keep going.
I never talk on top of anybody. Anyways.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean, River? That's a joke. On this show, I always talk over people.
Jyoti's like known for interrupting.
Sally.
I actually want to hear, before we share about how we can support, I also want to have River close also, in addition to the song, by just sharing, is there anything that you want to tell kids your age? Is there one message that you would want them to hear?
Kids out there, my age and younger and older also, just remember that even if like everything's a little rough right now, just keep faith in the magic in the world and know that magic got your back, and nature, and especially trees.
That is the best takeaway ever. Magic got your back. I love that. Thank you.
Magic got your back. That's her slogan when she runs for president. River Ferrera. Magic got your back. You know, I was going to give you a blessing, but you just blessed yourself and all of us, so forget about it. There's this old traditional Jewish saying. It says, Ilan ilan bama avarechecha, which means tree, how can we bless you? Bama avarechecha, sheyehu peraisecha metukin. May your fruits be sweet. Harei peraisecha metukin, harei tzilcha naeh. May your shade be pleasurable. Harei tzilcha naeh, Ela yehi ratzon. May it be Creator's will. Ela yehi ratzon, shekayil netiyos. That all of your saplings, all that you create in this world, River, that all of those saplings should have a piece of you inside of them.
I love you, Jyoti. And thank you for everyone who's watching. And just remember this one thing: magic got your back.
Yes! Magic got your back. River for president.
2040, River for president. You only got to wait 20 more years. Don't worry, it's well worth it. Oh my goodness, River, thank you so much. Love you. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for being such an inspiration.
We're going to take you off the show, but you made the show. Thank you.
You really did. We love you. Thank you.
Love you. Let me figure it out. It takes a minute. Technology is a thing. Okay. Or if you can figure out how to take yourself
I'm
off.
just going to share while that happens. I'm going to share that.
Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for watching.
I love you.
Love you too.
Wow, I am so unbelievably inspired.
I'm like, I got to take off my wig for that one.
That was so beautiful. Holy cow. Woo! We should have more children on the show is my takeaway. They know what's up.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
young ones are just bringing it. That was so real. Oh, I could put on my cat ears in place.
Yeah.
We're closing out with the cat ears in place of the wig. Can you see them?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm actually really blown away by her share.
Me too.
So beautiful.
It
feels so beautiful to like have young ones be leading the way in that way and like be thinking about the world in that way. It's just so simple and so righteous all at the same time.
Fox right here. Can you see the fox? No.
Listen, I thought you were listening to me. I was talking about
telling me how beautiful it is. I'm in the desert.
I love it. You're just in the desert. We're just blown away. We're like, gotta put on some more outfits because
more outfits.
I just put
on. Listen, this show has been so amazing. We have had some amazing guests. Nadine, Bloch representing Beautiful Trouble, all that powerful, beautiful activism.
Wow.
The amazing River, Earth activist, powerful, beautiful child, bringing us that young wisdom and
magic got your back. River Ferrera, 2040 president.
This is all the way. I am so inspired. I think this is one of our most inspirational shows. Just really bringing it down, bringing such amazing wisdom. We got to keep doing more shows, Jyoti.
I mean, well, you know, we are going to, that's what we do every Monday, 5 p.m. Ariel and I do the Jyoti and Ariel show. And then we're also featuring the Yensa show. And that's next Monday. So it's basically going to be every other week. We'll have this theme continue of the world's going meshuga. What can we do? about it. And on the lineup in 2 weeks is going to be Ray Abalea, dear friend of both of ours, an incredible activist. And also if other people have ideas of like, oh, here's a kid who should be on here, I really love the idea of featuring children as well. And
elders too. I think that'd be cool too. Like really, like it'd be awesome to have someone who's like 90 on the show.
Ooh, like Joanna Macy.
Yes. Ooh, call it in. Let's
call it in.
Have it.
And for the Yenta Yenta show, I want Mike Myers, you know, elders, different. So anyways, and the Yenta Yenta show is matchmaking with Tali Weinberg and Mish and Ariel and myself. And anyways, lots to say, but I just want to thank everybody for showing up today and hoping that this show has brought some inspiration into your life during this time and given you some ideas of what you can do. And if you need more help kind of just stabilizing and just turning your worries into prayers and your prayers into actions, on May 19th, Michelle Javier and myself will be hosting a 5-week series virtually. She will be doing gentle adaptive yoga. We'll be meeting twice a week. And I will be doing NLP and spiritual mentorship. And I'm happy to speak with people about it. I'll be sharing more information soon, just kind of working on the technological pieces around it. And I'm also an NLP practitioner and a spiritual mentor. So if people are needing help, we're here. That's what I have to offer. And Ariel, maybe you can share a little bit about what you have to offer, and I'll give some links as we're talking.
Sure. So yes, what I love about this show is that for Jyoti and I, this is just one of our many forms of expression. And right now I am featuring a few different ways that you can get involved. If you look at shinediversity.com, we offer workshops and trainings and ways to stay active. If you look at genderillumination.com, you can see the mentorship and leadership programs that we are running for trans and non-binary community. And Shine Diversity is doing education for everyone of all backgrounds to really help increase justice, equity, inclusion, and diversity. And the other thing that I do is I offer personal one-on-one coaching, and I do that for both relationships and also for your spirit. And if you want to check that out, it's polyexcellent.com.
And, you know, often we have a virtual tip jar at the end, and I want to offer that 10% of whatever we receive will go to Beautiful Trouble. To support their costs and all of the beauty that they're putting out in the world. So the virtual tip jar, you could just do paypal.me/Jyoti Levy, and I'll leave a thing for that. So that's what we've got for today. And here we go. You ready, Ariel? Get ready for your part.
I'm ready.
This is the Jyoti Show.
And Ariel.
We say what we don't know. Reverently, irreverent, shalom. See you next Monday.
We love you.